Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
You're listening to GUFON Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
GUFON Radio.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
GUFON Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
GUFON Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You're listening to GUFON Radio with Rich Giordano.
Alright, alright, alright. Welcome to GUFON, everybody. Today it is October the 1st, 2020. And I hope you're enjoying your... Is it Thursday? Thursday. Get that out of here. No. No chat box. No, we don't need that. We already got a chat box. I got it right here, right in front of me on the phone. That's good enough. That's all I can do. If I have to talk or type... I may get confused, so give me a break. I'm trying to be, with you guys in the chat room. I'm trying to hone in on extra skills. I don't think I have. It's very hard to appease the chat room while you're trying to orchestrate and remember everything. Remember, I'm 90. All right? So, yeah, that's right. All right, I'll be 90 in March, but I'm 89 years young. And I tell you, it ain't easy. It ain't easy. Oh, I'm 52? Well, I figured if Biden's 180 years, he's been in, right? All right, that was stupid. That went a long way for nothing. But I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you took a few minutes out of your day to come in and say hi to the old GUFON. I appreciate y'all coming in. It's been a great week already, and we still have days to go. Yeah, I just got done watching Third Phase do their live call-in shows, which are always phenomenal. It's amazing the stories that people have. Some of them tonight, I was a little curious. You know what I mean? Especially the kid. I got my own YouTube channel. Yeah, don't forget about that. No, I'm joking. Yeah, sometimes I think they make up stories just for the advertisement. Yes, I do. But I don't think we're hearing that much of it. Not everybody has a YouTube channel. It was legit. It just seemed like, these stories are amazing. They're almost too good to be true. And I really wish we would have more evidence to follow with these stories. And you can't. It's very hard to get your camera in a situation. I couldn't do it. And I'm a professional. So if I can't do it, I'm pretty sure you're not going to wake up in the middle of an abduction and go, "Where's my phone, babe? Where's my phone?" Oh, no. You're looking at the alien going, "What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Am I going to die? Is tonight the end? Am I going to go through the roof? Oh my God, I'm going to go through walls? Oh, I can't believe it." Oh, it's just a dream. That sucks. Dreams seem pretty freaking real to me. They seem pretty real to people who've been abducted. I don't know if it's happening. But the more people because that's why they're doing it. The evidence is with the people. It's not going to be with your government. They're not going to give you disclosure. You already know it. Forget about the government. Forget about TTSA. They will not bring you disclosure. Either we do it ourselves by talking about it. Sooner or later, there's going to be the evidence that matches with the story, and you and I will be a part of history. Don't you want that? Don't you want to meet the aliens? Holy shit. To be the first ones, I'd rather be the third or the fourth. I'm sure the first person probably going to say something stupid, get zapped. Second person is going to start crying, get scared, he doesn't know, he's confused, boom, he gets zapped. By the time you get to the third or fourth person in line, which would be where I'm at, they're going to go, "Luis Elizondo just got blasted away." How is that possible? Because he really doesn't have any experience with aliens. He's just a bullshit liar. Oh no, Lou's dead. Who was next? Don't say it. Tom DeLonge. Tom DeLonge? Of all people, 2 TTSA members got whacked? The alien. Why? Why did it? Because he bullshitted everybody. Oh my God. Who's next in line? Rich Giordano. He's actually admitted he doesn't know what he's seeing, but he has things on video. He'd like to be the one to meet the aliens. Are you Rich? Yeah, that's me. Hey, come up here. How you doing? You know you're next in line, right? Yeah. You're not going to get zapped on me, are you? No. You're legit? Yeah, man. What are you worried about? I'm always honest. All right, kid. Go ahead. Kid? I'm 52 years old. What do you mean, kid? Well, how old is he? So, how you doing, alien? You're kind of a dick, huh? Oh, got your attention. You understand the English language, I assume. Yeah? Where you been the last 17 years of my life, huh? Got me chasing around dots. What? What are you doing? You're hugging me. Yeah, I did it. He likes me. Hey, Mikey. Aliens love that honesty shit. Just got to be honest with the aliens. That's the rule of thumb, and it's roll call. RicanHavic 215 made it to the show. Missy Low, Missy. Gustav Van Halen, Van Buren. How you doing, man? Lisa Marie, not Presley. What do you say? How do you be? Adam. Is it Latinin? Latinin, I bet. Well, we gotta give you a new name. Adam Leviathan. People get new names here. You're Leviathan from now on. You're Leviathan. Beautiful. Lori Oliphant. And by the way, welcome to the show. I'm glad you made it. Lori Oliphant in the house. Oh, right through the front door, too. I like that. God of Thunder front door. Good to see you. Hey, Bob. What do you say, Bob M? You know who it is. It's Bob M. Dark Hour, Space Paranormal in the house. It's DHP. He's no louse, having guests on like his own creation. Hey, who's this over here? Sir Brian Bowden. Holy shit. Why you come over here? Now I gotta be professional. I hate being professional. Happa Lee Bodge. By the way, welcome to GUFON. I appreciate it. Hey, Lee Bodge, how you doing? Happa Lee Bodge. Third phase of moon. Check mark. Gotta get me one of them check marks one of these days. To get a check mark, it's pretty cool. Thanks, Alien Girl 111. Welcome to the show. Who else is here? I'm looking at my phone. Kelly Lewis in the house. How you doing, KL? Jeff Garvey. Not Steve. Didn't Garvey was a catcher? I think I said first baseman. I think he did dabble in first base, right? The end of his career? I don't know. For some reason, I see him on first holding a mitt. Nathan Allen, Nathan Nitsky, Nathan Hot Dogs. Welcome to the show again. He's a moderator. Doesn't have to be here. You know, if it doesn't matter. George Snuffleupagus is here. George Snuffleupagus came through the side entrance. Yep. FAP made it through the front door. You were the last one through the front. Missy! Through the back door. No, front door. Hey, DB Cooper. With a $5 super chat already. Oh, you're in a mood. You're in a mood. Paper Crane Wishes, good to see you. Welcome to GUFON. It's just so weird seeing all the nice comebacks. I don't know what the hell you're listening to me for. I gotta be honest. I don't know. I don't get it. I really don't. I think it's all done. I'm out of juice. Brett Lewis made it. Front door guy. She wasn't the last one. A lot of front doors tonight. Brett Lewis. GUFON's Jason Jupiter. 2 J's are better than one. Now we've got the J's. We've got the A's, Alien Addict. We've got the, you figure it out. It's too hard for me. I didn't prepare for that. All right, so a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. Going to jump into it really quick. I want to show you something. I made it, so the green screen's going to be a part of the show someday. I had to put it together. It only took 30 minutes, but I did it. It was easy. It was fun. I use it now. Oh, I turned it the wrong way. I use it to keep the sound in a little better because it's so open out there. Capiche? Hey, it's a one capiche show. Don't say anything stupid tonight. I already did? All right, let's just keep going. I already did. I got to drink a little coffee. You know, it's been that kind of week. I forget the name of this coffee. I don't like it piping hot, but it tastes great piping hot. I'm going to let it cool off. Usually I drink it at the top of next hour, so it's like a pick-me-up. I don't need this stuff. I just do it. I don't know. Well, I don't even need to. That's why I'm up late at night. I won! Ha! I figured it out! Wouldn't that be great? Every time you came up with a great answer, your phone recognizes it that quickly and da-ding. You'd hear a lot of those every day. How annoying would that be? Walking down the street, da-ding, thank you very much. That's what the phones are. Phones are an addictive device. People like looking at it. They like seeing their smiley faces. They like seeing their views. I do too. It's addicting. But you know what I can do, and I've done it probably 3 or 4 times. I put the phone away for the day or two. One time it was a week. There's a bet with the old wife. Couldn't use the phone at all. If we had to make calls to each other, this was when the phones first came out. When I got my first iPhone, I got the iPhone 3. Was my first iPhone. Then I went all the way up to 6. And since then I switched over to Android happily. God, you're so unrestricted when you have an Android phone. When you have the iPhone, everything now, you can get a good phone a lot cheaper. But the iPhone usually has the best stuff. Now that's evened out. The playing field's it's evened out. The cameras are phenomenal. You could even download other cameras like the Google camera. I can download it on my phone. Can't do that with the iPhone. You're stuck with whatever they give you, unless you what do? They jailbreak it. I did that. Yeah, I did that. It worked. It worked for a while, and then it was time for me to upgrade. I did it like the last month. I'm like, oh, so I got to keep doing this like every time there's a patch or something goes wrong? Oh my God. So when I got the iPhone 4, and I didn't jailbreak it. All right. So you can see in the title of the show that I want to talk about Indrid Cold. Mothman, not so much. I don't know why I didn't take that out. It's just, because of the movie. Orb Face Video from RicanHavic. John, let's hope it works. It's in Skype, so all I have to do is just open up Skype, press play, good. And I figured out something. You can see it. I got it. I figured out how you do psychics the right way. They have to be blind. Not legally blind. Blind from birth. That's the only true way to know if somebody's psychic. No? I think it is. Imagine, I mean, that would be weird. I want to talk about that real quick. Don't you think that would be weird? You're born, you can't see. Now, people who haven't seen ever, it's a normal life for them, believe it or not. I'm sure it's difficult, believe me. But when some of these people try this new technology and they can give them vision and give them color, some shapes, and they don't like it. No. They'd rather not see it. Their brain wasn't born with that in play. It never worked. So it's got to be like us going blind. It's got to be the reverse. I know that sounds stupid, but I wonder if it feels like that. If we were to go blind, is that the same as a blind person seeing? Now, I could debunk myself right here in 2 seconds. No, because over time, if that technology does get to that point and somebody can see, they will get used to incorporating that into their life as an everyday thing over time, right? So I would think you would want to see. There was this documentary, I don't know where it was, A&E maybe, and this lady hated getting vision. It's weird. One guy loved it. That's wild stuff. Let me unpin that. Now, that's right. Why isn't that in here? I guess I didn't switch it. Yeah, I took out it's supposed to be Ask Zich or Rich. So if you don't follow the show, Zich is real. It's an alien god. I know, it sounds like Rich, but what do you want from me? Just play along with it. I can't do it. I'm trying to get this to look right. And when you have eyebrows, for those of you who don't have eyebrows, you wouldn't know. But, if you wear these things and you keep talking, it slides up. And when I talk, I raise my eyebrows. So I guess I'm pushing it up in a way. But I think it would be weird I would like to talk to a blind psychic. Are there any? Huh. Let me take a look. Here. Oh, we don't have to do it now. I'll do it. Yeah, I'll do it now. Blind psychic. Let's see. Are there any? How would they know what to tell you? How could a blind person describe a square without knowing what a square is? Because their whole life they've been going around feeling things, I think. and they know a box shape is called a square. You know, they do the braille and they can sign. Those people who can sign in a hand. Are you kidding me? Teach me that. Come here. Whisper. I'm going to whisper in your ear. Just a little bit. That'd be so weird. Yeah, man. People survive. People are unbelievable. The adaptability of the human. Yet, we can't go out in the sun. We get sunburnt. We had hair at one time. We don't anymore. How many times we talk about that? A lot. Doesn't make sense. I don't think we're from Earth. I think we're from Mars. Maybe 500,000 years ago. I said 1 billion. I'm thinking maybe more like 500,000 years ago. You want to stay a boy? All right, we'll go 771 billion years ago. Million years ago. All right, blind psychic in Ottawa? Shelby Travers pays a visit to blind psychic to learn about his unique reading style. Nah, that's not what I'm looking for. Here we go. Oh, these are books. It's bringing me to Amazon on Google. Here, let me pull it over. Take a look here with me. Sorry, I'm just rude that way. Yeah, The Blind Psychic is a book. Let's see, Blind Psychic in Ottawa.
Here's an AMI This Week shortcut with Shelby Travers.
Walking in someone else's shoes means to understand someone's experiences. Blind psychic Mark Jolly takes it one step further. When he holds someone's hands, it unlocks the ability to see someone's experiences.
What?
When I was 4 or 5 years old...
Oh, hold on. I'm sorry.
I used to have to take people's hands to cross the street. And when I did, I would see images in their hands. Being 4 or 5 years old, you don't understand what it is that you're seeing. You know, people said that that's a real skill, that's a real ability.
He had vision. Right? Isn't that what happened here? He already had... Was he born blind?
That you have before I really pursued it. So it has always been part of my life. So it's nothing really that I gave a lot of thought to.
For years, Mark thought he could do something else, like graduate from university and start a business. But there was a greater force pushing him towards being a psychic. I thought I'd pay him a visit to get a reading of my own.
Oh no, and I want to feel bad for the guy. You see? You see what he's doing? He's making me look bad. Don't make me look bad. On my show? This guy? No, I'm joking. All right, let's see what this miracle worker's doing with his psychic abilities. Even the blind people lying. Maybe he's telling the truth.
Hi, Shelby.
I did say truth.
Come on in. It's a pleasure meeting you.
You too.
Let's have a reading.
All right.
A lot of time passed with...
Oh, I'm confused. He looked right at her. I know he's going by the voice, but it looked like he can see.
Without understanding and just going with the flow. It wasn't until his early 20s when he started to take what he saw seriously.
I studied it, learned how to properly open my third eye, and most importantly, learned how to use, see or understand the symbols that I was seeing in people's hands.
Mark has been a psychic now for over 30 years. He has traveled the world giving psychic readings.
Bullshitting people on a daily level. This guy can... I can't. He's blind. I feel bad.
I've been to England. I've been to Hawaii. I've been to all the beaches down in the southern states of the U.S.
He's lying. He's stuttering. Stuttering like a prick.
I've been across Canada. So, as a traveling psychic, I do get around.
Holding people's hands gives Mark a unique insight into their life.
Gorgeous. Right? That's not a French cut, by the way.
I read both the hand of the past and the hand of the future.
They call that a classic. That's a classic with
Mark takes my right hand and continues.
This is the hand of the past. Right at your wrist here is where you're born. At the end of your fingertips, that's right now. And the hand of the future at the end of your fingertips is also right now. Like this is right now, then on your right, and this is right now on the left, on in through your death in the hand. When I read, I just go over the hand.
So by taking the individual hand and flipping it up so that the palm is facing upwards, and then you kind of grasp it between your two hands, then you take it from going, you know, from the base of the hand upwards.
Wow, so you mean to tell me you figured this all out on your own? So you mean to tell me you take this hand and you put this hand over it and then you go like this? Damn. Groundbreaking. Seriously, I didn't know you turned the palm up. I always thought you kept it downward during palm readings. I can't watch it anymore. You guys watch the rest of it. I'll put the link in the description after this. This is going to be a bad show. I could already tell you. It's already bad. Oh, no. You guys, if I was you, I would just leave. I wasn't even supposed to start with psychics. I have everything all planned out. Now, it just doesn't feel like I can go into the next segment. Because, well, it's political in a way. I should have started with that, but I'm going to try to avoid that tonight. Oh, look, I got 4 things that go to it, though. I can't. Watch within the next 24 hours or you've been warned. You know what I'm going to be forced to do if I don't play it is the Bob Lazar body language. You guys love that. I've got stuff. I can't. It's all part of a... Oh, okay, hold on. Maybe I do have something. Here we go. Something else to instead of... All right, Indrid Cold. Let's go right over to Indrid Cold. Let's do it. Enough horsing around. It's supposed to be the new GUFON, right? More professional. All right. So, Indrid Cold, do you guys know where you heard that the first time? I'll tell you where. Well, some of you are readers. I know that. You may have already known because you delve into the subject. The Smiling Man, does that ring a bell? Remember Mothman Prophecies? That's where you first heard it, most of you. Just like me. Never heard of Indrid Cold. Matter of fact, it's just... The movie's even better now that I know more about Indrid Cold. And that's C-O-L-D. There's a video here. I think I could play the video or tell you. What did I do with it? See, this is a problem I'm having. I'll just tell you. There's a guy named Woodrow Derenberger, whatever, however you want to say it. He was driving his way home on Interstate 77 until he heard a crash. Then, an unidentifiable vehicle appeared. He saw in his rearview mirror this bright vehicle behind a car, and it was tailgating. He didn't know what it was. He's like, wow, those are bright lights. As it's the car in the front of the UFO passed and crossed over in his lane, the guy who was flying the UFO decided to land in front of his truck. This Woodrow Derenberger, it's Berger. He described it as an old-fashioned kerosene lamp chimney, flaring at both ends, narrowing down to a small neck, and then enlarging in a great bulge in the center. Indrid Cold, or the Grinning Man, came out of this vehicle, and he had like a game show host tan. He was tan, he's been to Hawaii. I'm telling you, these Cousins brothers, they are these people. They are them. Their guardian, their Indrid Cold. Look at, let me put this up here. Tell me this isn't Blake or Brent. I think this is more Brent, though. That's Indrid Cold. Here. Right? Right here? Come on, man. That's how he stands, too. Forget about it. Here's a supposed picture of him. See? It can be you. It can be either one. I think it's Brent. Whoa. What? Huh. That was really strange. All right. I will continue with this story. Let me pull it back over. There, you can look at that girl there. Let me get this back over. That's not fair. I shouldn't do that. I really do have a video, you know. Anyway, come on. Are we good? Is this working? I am off. Like, really off right now. All right, here we go. The grinning man, whatever, came out of the vehicle. He had his tan, and he walked up to Woodrow Derenberger and telepathically said his name was Indrid Cold, and he meant no harm. Indrid Cold said he just wanted to know more about the human race, and he would visit Derenberger again, from time to time. After the encounter, Derenberger stated that Cold revealed he was from the planet Lanulus, Lanulos, in the galaxy of Ganymedes. However, there was a third sighting because he visited him. Now, during the same period in Point Pleasant, West Virginia, the Lilly family had been reporting that poltergeist activity in their home, such as diamond-shaped lights and other shit, was happening. The Lilly's daughter, Linda, was sleeping one night and awoke to see a man standing over her. She said it was a man. It was a big man, very broad. I couldn't see his face very well, but I could see that he was grinning at me. He walked around the bed and stood right over me. I screamed again and hid under the covers. When I looked again, he was gone. Now, it's commonly believed that Indrid may be an alien entity and is supported by its close connection with UFO activity and Derenberger sighting. It is also said by Derenberger that the grinning man is in fact a species of aliens with multiple grinning men. God, that just, why do you got to try to make it original now? Got to give him some sort of special feature so we remember Indrid Cold was a grinning fool. Yeah? Why don't they give him this face? Huh? Give him this. How about that face? Huh? That would have scared the shit out of him. Imagine that coming at you. Imagine that coming at you. I don't know what we're going to do. Now, the third sighting by the Lilly family suggests instead that it might be a ghost or spirit of some kind and was connected with poltergeist activity happening in the residence and in the area. It may be a prank that went too far or a man with a mental illness. Others believe that it is a normal human man or a hoax based off the popularity and fear of Mothman, who had first been sighted around the same time. But it's Indrid Cold. They're alien shape-shifting freaks. And supposedly, I've been watching Hellier, hence Indrid Cold tonight. It inspired me, but Indrid Cold is dead, supposedly, 2018. I think he was 92. Now, I saw a discrepancy. That's why I want to get this video. Because I think it was, Woodrow Derenberger, the man who saw him on the freeway, his daughter, because the night he came home from that encounter, he was a wreck. He was so nervous. They told the kids to go watch TV when Daddy came home, and he looked a wreck. The kids were trying to listen, her and her brother, I think. And then the mother said, you need to go upstairs, go to bed. Go wash your hands, go to bed. So she made believe she went to bed, snuck downstairs, and listened in the next room how he saw this man that was an alien, and he talked to him without moving his lips, and that he kept on smiling at him, and he said he'll visit me again. And this guy thinks he's losing his mind, but other people saw the sighting. That's what's real interesting about it. It's a wild case, man. Indrid Cold is a trip. Now, I forget the town, but in this town, they have a high, where Indrid Cold supposedly lived, amongst humans, looking humanoid-ish. I guess he fit in. I guess if you look close enough, you could see there's something not right with this guy. But you would just say, oh, he probably had surgery. Or he was born this way, right? Wouldn't you say that? I would. You wouldn't know an alien if it came up and gave you a big fat kiss. I could have made love with an alien, didn't even know it. Matter of fact, I think I have. Indrid Cold is a trip. In the town where he lived, there was a high percentage, unlike any other place, with mental illness. Pretty weird. Because they think those are the aliens living amongst the humans in this town. But he had 2 sons. Twins! I can't handle it. It's the Cousins brothers. I knew it. I knew it. They're part of the Indrid Cold family. Cold, moved to Hawaii? Nobody would think of that. Huh? Cousins, brothers? How confusing! Yeah, throw everybody off. They're cousins and brothers? No, I don't know. What are you saying? Are you saying cousin brothers or cousin's brother? What are you saying? I'm saying cousins brothers. Plural, plural? No. No. I remember having... Are you shitting me? A fly in my coffee. Are you shitting me? See it? It's on the side now. Damn it. Yep, I can't drink this. I'm telling you, when I was interrupted a little bit ago, you want to know what I was doing? I was looking over here because I heard somebody crumpling paper there, 3 feet from me. I heard crumpling paper. I don't want to say it because it sounds crazy, and I know what I heard. And I've been sleeping a lot, so it's not like I'm not sleeping, and I don't have any brownies, so I'm 100%, lucid. Ricky. Lucy. Ricky. Lucy. You got some splaining to do. So, Indrid Cold could have been around, because if you've seen the Mothman prophecies, you know the Mothman and Indrid Cold you weren't sure if it was one and the same. Because Richard Gere has 3 hours, I think, or some odd number of hours of missing time. So he went from one area to Point Pleasant, and what he thought was he was on the road, 30 minutes, but it's a 3-hour drive. How did he get there? Where did the time go? And then when he tried leaving, he somehow fall asleep and wake back up where he started. I don't know, something like that. But he couldn't leave the town for a while. And there were 47 people that died on that bridge that collapsed. I think the movie had 37, 32. I know the girl was number 33. Remember in the movie, You Are 33. And then he'd be in the hotel and the phone would ring. Who is this? Who are you? Cold. Ah, and then he throws the phone, it breaks. And then it starts ringing, even though it's not even plugged in. Oh my. That's the oldest scare tactic in the book. The unplugged ringing telephone story. Everybody's got one of those in their family. Nah, that's not true. I don't know why I even said that. Pretty wild stuff, man. So the daughter was on the show. Matter of fact, let me look in my history and I'll pull it up. We'll watch the video. It's real short. It's not even that long. I swear. It's 18:25 an hour long. Come on, let me pull it up. Woo. Man. Can't believe we found a blind psychic. That's amazing. All right, I'm almost there. Yep, here it is. This is from Small Town Monsters. They have 55,000 subscribers. This is part 1. I basically told you everything. Well, I didn't tell you everything. I just told you the gist. But this is really good. It's 7 minutes. Here we go. How do we do this? 3, 2, go. Go.
That's how the story goes. A man is driving on a deserted stretch of highway late at night when he encounters something truly bizarre. A strange craft lands in the road in front of him, and out of it steps a being not of this earth. A creature that looks like a man, or some strange semblance of a man. The creature approaches the car and telepathically communicates to the driver not to be afraid. The man in the car makes note of one particularly weird aspect of the creature's appearance.
It's Eddie Murphy! Oh, no.
That of his ever-present, never-changing.
How you doing? I can't do the laugh anymore. That's a shame. That's only half of it. No, can't do it. Eddie Murphy, no more. That sucks.
Smile. The creature calls
really
himself
sucks.
Indrid Cold. While the
No,
story,
that's not it.
for most, ends at this point.
I gotta train
For
my-
the driver of the car, this was only the beginning.
It's actually a really well done production. Here's the daughter.
November 2nd, 1966. And he was as white as a sheet. First thing my mom thought was, did you hit someone on the side of the road? Because
Oh, I already told you this. All right.
And stood by the door to listen to what happened. And Dad told my mom about his encounter with this gentleman on the side of the road.
This is Tanya Derenberger. Her father, Woodrow, better known as Woody, was the driver of the car.
Woody.
The man who met Indrid Cold.
Woody Harrelson?
Tanya is currently living in a home just outside of Cleveland due to complications from MS. She has recently written a book.
I almost drank the coffee.
Experiences with Indrid Cold
Oh
called
my
Beyond
God! I
the
almost drank it.
Many of the details of her family's experiences following Woody's encounter with Cold are detailed in the book, including those relating to other motorists driving on 77 that same evening.
They didn't see the spaceship, but they saw him talking to a gentleman on the side who was on the side of the road. The gentleman was standing on the passenger side while Dad was on the driver's side.
Immediately following her father's experience, Woody drove home in a daze and recounted what had happened for his wife. According to Tanya, Woody was terrified and confused when he'd arrived at home, prompting her mother to call the local police, who arrived accompanied by a television reporter from WTAP.
And when he came home, there were hundreds of people in our yard. And Mom was out serving coffee and for days and weeks at a time. And sometimes he'd come back and tell us where he went, and sometimes he wouldn't remember where he had gone. That was quite frightening. Really good suntan. I don't know why they call him the grinning man. I think that's kind of silly, but no, he smiled just like you and I do. And Dad said he spoke telepathically to him, but he would always speak in a regular voice to me, probably because he was afraid. As a child, he would frighten me.
While Indrid Cold might not have existed in the way that we see him pictured in modern mythology, he did seem to cause some sort of chaos in the Derenbergers' lives. Tanya says that in the years following his encounter, Woodrow became a heavy drinker, sleeping very little and always seemingly on the verge of...
Okay, the one thing I don't like about this story, you don't know anything that Indrid Cold did to make the guy crazy. You don't hear about it in Hellier. You don't hear about it from the family. Nobody knows. It's like, so how did he drive him crazy? And you never get an answer. They never ask. They just said he would leave and he would come back distressed and he would drink. But they don't tell you where he went. I don't know if he said, I'm going to Macy's, and come back 2 hours later, no packages and a sad face. You'd think the wife would want to know. All right, I'm remade coffee. It just rang. Let's continue.
A nervous collapse. Eventually, he would make his peace with his past and settle down again. But Cold had taken something from him, his family, his past life.
I don't want to go into the rest of it, but yeah, a lot of it was because Dad was gone all the time. A lot of it was because people were coming over all the time, and Mom just couldn't take it. Mom denied a lot of this for years. And then when she was dying in 2009, she and I had a long talk. And she said something that I'd never heard before, that she would go to the store and she'd come home and Dad would tell her what she bought, who she saw, where she went, before she even barely got out of the car.
So what happened on 77 South that night? Did Derenberger encounter a man named Indrid Cold, or was he a mere manifestation of an overactive imagination? Is there precedence for the existence of characters like Cold throughout history? Regardless of the answers, one thing is apparent. Cold, real or not, impacted the lives of one very real family.
But how?
In the end, his legend lives on even as we continue to struggle with the reality behind it.
And in fact, this may sound weird to some people, but when my father passed away in 1990, Indrid Cold was at his funeral. People didn't know it because they didn't know who he was. Oh, but yeah, he was well into his 90s.
Was your dad still in contact with him when he died, or up to his death?
I don't know. Dad didn't want to talk about a lot of it after the 80s. I mean, he and I spoke about a lot of it, but there was a lot that he didn't want to discuss. He just wanted to kind of...
There we go.
Get out of the limelight and kind of get back into society.
You know how you get out? If you really want out of the limelight, what do? You do it. You don't just talk about it, man. The guy didn't do anything. He enjoyed it. He enjoyed it. You know what I think happened? You want to know what I think really happened? Tell me if this wouldn't make sense. Well, she claims she was visited by the sons of Indrid Cold. Even after he died, they still come around. She said her birthday, Mother's Day, Christmas, and then he goes, Mother's Day. And she's like, yeah. But he doesn't say, like, you're their mother? Or, I mean, wouldn't you be curious? Yeah, she would know if she was pregnant, unless they took it out of her. See, and if Indrid Cold was cool, and he was a real alien, why did he allow her to get MS? I think the father had a close encounter of another kind. I think the guy was abused, and he's not talking about it. And it could have been embarrassing. And maybe Indrid Cold said, if you don't give me your freaking soul, or whatever it is he needed, you meet me here, Tell your family you're going to Macy's to buy underwear. I'll give you some underwear. What are you, 38? 34? Yeah, right. You know 34. Come on, I've been around you 30 years. All right, 38. And then you go home and you tell your wife they had a sale at Macy's and you stayed there longer trying on the underwear. I don't care what you tell her. She can never know about me again. I need your essence. Oh my God, that's what he's taking. He's taking his essence. What is that show? What isn't it? The crystals? The Dark Crystal. I've been watching that on Netflix, and then I'm going to go back and watch the movie. I just learned from Cousins Brothers. They said the movie that came out in the 80s was what happens after I watch what I'm watching on Netflix. What they did on Netflix, this is unbelievable, this Dark Crystal. It's all puppeteering with the little, you can see there's some animation in there, very, very little. Very little. I don't think all of that can be puppetry. Not everything. Like some things in the walls or the ground moves a certain way or a light comes out of a ship or something. I don't know. But everything else is puppeteering, and they wanted to keep it in the same look that they did in the 80s, to keep it consistent. Now, I don't remember seeing the one in the 80s. But this, I'm through episode 6 going on 7. And I really don't want it to end. It's really good. I'm enjoying it. And then this weekend I'm going to watch The Hobbit. I never watched it. I love The Lord of the Rings, never watched The Hobbit. And the reason I didn't, because at the time I was watching other things, I think. Because that would be the only other reason. I didn't want to give away 3 hours to a movie that didn't really get great acclaim. It wasn't getting the best write-ups, but they were comparing it to Lord of the Rings, which it's very difficult to do. So I heard it's good. Gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch that. Anyway. Indrid Cold. Man, no more. So the question on Hellier. Oh, the weirdest thing. Do you know what made me think of... Oh, you don't really know, but now you'll know. What made me think of Blind Psychic? Because on Hellier, I forget what it's called. But somebody's dog is barking. It's really loud. It's got to be loud. How about shutting the dog up? There's no houses over there. The dog saying, get out of here. Go. Go away, you. Go, go, go. I think he saw a cat. COVID. What the hell was I talking about? What was I talking about? Stupid dog. I don't remember what I was talking about. I was going into something. What was I talking about? So, missing photos coming to my precious. The Hobbit is terrible to compare to LOTR. Yeah. But if you never saw LOTR, it would be great, right? That's how great LOTR is. See what I did? Yeah, I'm talking now. You know, Jim Carey? Nah, maybe I won't. Damn it, I've got these clips. I want to play them. It's relevant to what's going on in life. Anyway, Indrid Cold. Dead. Oh, that's what I was doing. I was looking it up. Hold on. Where did it go? Where did it go? This is so bizarre. I don't know. I just got distracted. Let's see. Here it is. Ghost Hunters, no. Angry, no. Jim Carrey, no. Watch Within 24, no. What Is This, no. No. How could that be? Oh, I know why. No? What a waste. That's a shame, you know? It's a real shame. Well, I'm going to play it. Now, no. What else are we talking about? Body language? Okay, Biden? No. We'll do that later, maybe. This way everybody can leave. They don't have to stay here. If you don't want to hear it. We'll do this. Let's continue where we left off yesterday. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Sorry, guys.
In his younger years, when you ask him a question he doesn't know the answer to, he's going to have to go and make it up in his...
This is when they were talking about how Bob Lazar, So let's just go to the next one. They're pretty good on this show, actually. They do this, I think, almost every day. They have a different thing on. That's the sports model. I know. Go.
The sport model. I gave everything simple names. There's the top hat one, and the Jello mold, and the sport model operated, without any hitches at all. I mean, it looked new. If I know what a new flying saucer looks like. One of them looked like it was hit with some sort of projectile. It had a large hole in the bottom and a large hole in the top with the metal bent out like some sort of, large cal.
No, Vinny. I never heard of enormous tits, but I have heard of Dick Bin Mr. Inya? Dick, that guy. Beninia? Is it Beninia? Dick Beninia? I think it's Dick Beninia. Real good researchers. Yeah. They get turned on by the same thing. It's just all physics. They're amazing.
Caliber 4 or 5 inch projectile had gone through it.
All right, everybody good?
I swear you think you're gonna put one over on me with enormous tits. I created tits. I did, Mr. Carter. Oh! Hey, Horseshank. Oh, hi, Mr. Carter. Oh, Mr. Carter. Oh, God. I can't do that anymore. Feels like your whole teeth are going to fly out of your mouth. All right, here we go. Now, I think I ruined this. I screwed everything up. See, this is why I can't do the chat room.
Designated S4 looks exactly like this UFO photographed in Europe. Lazar called it the sport model.
Welcome to the show.
I gave everything simple names. There's the top hat one, and the Jello mold, and the sport model operated without any hitches at all. I mean,
in the short 9 seconds we just watched Bob Lazar, he said, 3 times.
It looked new. If I know what a new flying saucer looks like. One of them looked like it was hit with some sort of projectile.
Wait, we already talked about this, didn't we? Yeah, let's go to the next one. I knew that. No, we didn't, did we? I don't freaking know. Let's just go.
All right, everybody good?
Did they contain any information about the history of mankind, the alien involvement in the history of mankind?
Not really. Nothing that said, well, this is the way things were. There was mention of alien intervention in the past. I mean, extremely long ago. Something along the lines of millions of years ago. For the information that I looked at, it seemed that. And there again, these are briefing documents, so I can't myself ascertain whether or not these are true. I can only assume it because the briefing documents I read that pertain to the propulsion system were true, because I dealt with that. But they did make reference to contact with the Earth over 10,000 years ago, also with genetic alterations that ended in a simian being, and all kinds of claims.
All right. Yeah, right out of the gate there, he starts, when he asks him that question, he starts off with no. Basically, there's not much at all. Then he starts getting into the history of humankind, starts talking about things that happened millions.
All right. Got it. Well, that kind of sucks. Because can't you guys just read? Can't you just read what I just put in the chat room before you blast it like that? Thank you, though. Oh, I guess you are 20 seconds behind today for some reason. I can't believe I have to tell you all that all over again. I mean, I looked at the button 3-4 times, didn't even realize it. I don't know why. So this is Louder with Crowder. And what he's going to do, he's doing, Trump is not a fascist. And this lady thinks he is. So they went over the description of what a fascist was. That's what I did with you. And it is a political philosophy, movement, or regime that exalts nation and often race above the individual, and that stands for centralized autocratic government headed by a dictatorial leader, severe and social regimentation, and forcible suppression of opposition. This lady said he doesn't do everything a fascist does, now that she knows what the meaning is, the definition. What is fascism? And in this, you're going to... I brought it up 10 minutes because to save time. The whole thing is really good. But in the end here, he has described he explained everything the best he could. and she's just not getting it. And around this point is where it starts to get a little heated, and he has to keep repeating. And this is what I call somebody who doesn't understand the truth when they're telling it to you. And then she says, "You're just twisting my words around." And he's like, "Lady, what are you talking about?" She goes, "Oh, with your fast talking."
Rolled back regulations, rolled back taxes, rolled back red tape. He's been less invasive into your life. So I just don't see how
less invasive into my life.
Yes.
And he can break laws and get away with it.
That's unfortunately been the case with look where you are. Everyone here is breaking laws. If you were to pass out tickets,
how are we all breaking laws here?
I'm talking about Washington D.C. There are no.
I don't live in D.C. I'm not from Washington D.C.
So he can. What laws would you say he's broke?
She doesn't even get the joke. You're in Washington, D.C. That's where all the politics are, you dummy.
Gotten away with.
The immigration.
Okay.
The problem.
What laws would you say he's broken, gotten away with?
The immigration.
Okay.
The problem at the border.
Okay.
That when people cross the border and try to apply for, what are these, the people who are saying that they are being oppressed.
This is amazing.
Have trouble in their home countries.
Yeah.
Or trying to asylum, but refugees.
Yeah.
Right. And so he says he is saying there are no refugees. These are simply all illegal immigrants.
Yes.
And as they step foot across the border, they are now criminals.
Yes.
So is he not breaking, is that a law or is that simply a custom United Nations somebody put out and said you have to take refugees in? Is he not breaking laws?
No, he's not. As a matter of fact, that is United States law. Your problem would be with existing United States law if you cross the border and enter this country illegally.
Excuse me, I'm not down there saying you can't come across.
No, there should be someone, but yeah.
No, I'm saying I'm personally not down there saying these people are not allowed to come across, but somehow
someone should be.
President Trump has his group of people down there saying they're not allowed to come across.
Right. Yeah, they're not allowed to cross. How is that fascism?
I'm saying, well, he's breaking laws.
No, he's not. He's enforcing the United States immigration law. You can't cross into this country illegally.
You're talking immigration law versus the problem of the refugees who are coming here and saying, I would like to apply for refugee status. I would like to prove that I've been.
Sure.
And they're not giving their day in court. They've had, I think there was something report of a woman who was, her day that she was supposed to actually be in court was on a plane being sent back to Venezuela or Guatemala or wherever, and the judge says, get her back here.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
I want to make, because and I appreciate you taking the time, and I appreciate you being civil. I think we're maybe missing each other here. Can you explain to me, someone crosses the, let's say, Mexican-American border, right? Does so without any verification, just does so in the heat of the night. Illegal immigrant.
Right.
What is the difference between somebody who does that and somebody who does it and seeks refugee status? What's the difference between an illegal immigrant and an undocumented refugee who comes here illegally?
I think if there were people who were sitting at the border trying to walk into, from what I understood, that there are sort of government spots where they could walk in there and say, I'm here as a refugee, please allow me in, those places were closed down. How do you make it impossible for them not to obey the law and then arrest them and say you disobeyed the law?
What law is he disobeying by not allowing illegal immigrants in here?
Sir, I tell you, I'm not sure if it's United States law, if this is NATO, if this is we sign treaties with people saying we are going to treat refugees in this certain way.
It's not.
What's not?
It's not. You said you don't know.
Why would you treat refugees any other way? She's trying to say people who are coming here without papers, that even though they're refugees, we don't just let them in the country. They get in line with everybody else, and you gotta fill out the paperwork and be vetted. That's the law. You can't just let them in. Now, her argument is they're not letting them in. She's saying they're not even letting them get to fill out paperwork, which just isn't true. They're being turned away from coming over, but they're not being turned away from doing the right thing. They're the ones who leave when they don't want to fill out the paperwork. They're the ones that are saying they won't let us in. They will let you in. Show us some papers. Show us documentation. If they don't have any, then they got to get in line until we can figure out who they are with fingerprints, maybe, however it is. But you just can't come into the country. You can't. And even though they're being stuck at the border for a while, it's better than where they were if they were looking for asylum somewhere. Yes? We'll get them status. They got to go through the system. You just can't let them in. This lady doesn't get that.
What is it then? It's not a law.
What is it then?
So because what you brought up,
who protects the refugees? Who gave us this? That a refugee comes in and says, "Please let me in."
I understand where you're coming from, a place of compassion, right? These people are coming.
No, please don't go there. Please don't go there. We're trying to say that. To me, a fascist is a person who. I'm not coming from compassion. I'm coming from the position
that wasn't an insult. I understand that because I'm compassionate toward these people. But rule of law does matter. Your problem is not with the United States president.
No, it's with President Trump.
It's with the United States.
No, it's with President Trump, who is breaking the
laws.
law and not allowing these people to come in.
No, he's not. He's not breaking the law. I think that's important. Again, there's nothing fascist about having borders. Like, if we go back to fascism, we're talking about autocratic control of government or a racial ethno-nationalist state. There's nothing fascist about actually enforcing current immigration law.
What current immigration laws? I don't even know what they are. Does anyone know what they are?
Yes.
What are they?
You're not allowed to come to this country illegally, and you should be deported if you do.
What about the refugees? I said I'm not talking about the immigrants. I'm talking about the refugees.
They're to be deported. They're illegal immigrants.
If they are absolutely prevented from doing it legally, then what is that?
That is enforcing immigration laws.
That is not enforcing immigration laws.
Do you believe that it's a right that anyone who wants to come here should be able to be granted citizenship?
No.
Okay. So what's the problem with vetting people who are coming here illegally or sending them back?
You are trying to twist this around. You are not addressing the refugees. You're not addressing the fact that people are coming here from Venezuela or Guatemala or whatever South American countries they're trying to come in, saying that I cannot stay there.
Yeah.
We will be killed. Oh, you have such compassion, but it's irrelevant
to the law.
It is irrelevant
to the law, yes.
But it's very compassionate of you to say that it's too bad that
you just said
might
you don't
be
know
killed.
what the law is, and then I've informed you as to what the law is, and then you said Donald Trump is a fascist. So I want to make sure that I understand this.
Sir,
you believe Donald Trump is a fascist because he's enforcing immigration law?
I love the pressured speech.
Do you believe Donald Trump is a fascist because he enforces immigration law?
You guys can just twirl stuff around and
I'm not trying to twirl anything around.
stuff around and say all you want, pretend to be compassionate, and you're not.
Can I say one last thing? One last thing? Can we discuss one last thing?
It's very hot.
I know it's very hot. Let me see if we can find common ground on this.
I doubt it.
You doubt it?
I doubt it.
I think you might be surprised.
I doubt it.
Okay. I actually have a real problem with fascism. And I would be locking arms with you against fascism. If, for example,
the man who probably did the most
can I speak?
To fight and for American rights and laws, Mr. McCain, Senator McCain, and the disrespect he showed that man. Excuse me. Goodbye.
Okay. Well, you didn't allow me to speak, but that's pretty disrespectful, I would say yourself.
Unbelievable, right? They don't want to hear it. Soon as you tell them, I've explained it to you, I explained the laws to you, and they still don't get it, now their pride is hurt. Now they got to get up and leave. Oh, he already told me he explained it to me, and I still don't get it? What an idiot I must be. That's the process that goes through one's mind when you fail to understand what the other person is saying. But to be fair, he didn't really answer her, but she still didn't get it. She wanted to know, what about the refugees? And he's like, so? They have to go through the law. But she's saying, what if they're being prevented from getting the legal application to come in? She's, in her mind, she thinks they're being blocked from coming in the country legally. I don't know if that's true. He didn't answer. He didn't address it. And I figured he would have addressed it. But his point is, no matter what, you can't come in this country illegally. Whether you come in from a refugee, under refugee status, that just means we'll give you a place to stay overnight. You know, as long as you fill out the right paperwork and we get to know who you are, sure. But when those people don't have what we want, or they refuse it and they leave, they just thought they could come over and go through the doors and go get a job. And they know, everybody knows. If you're a refugee, you know, coming over to the U.S., you have to have the right documentation or verifiable evidence that you are who you say you are. But a lot of these people get in the boat and they figured, well, if I go all that way and they see that I made it, they'll let me in anyway. That's what America's about. Well, we can't do that anymore because we're letting in murderers, people faking who they really are. So I don't see the problem with having to go through the right channels to get into this country. I don't believe in open borders. I believe we need to have them. Other countries do. You go into other countries, they got guns at the airport, okay? They got the military. So, have it your way. But America isn't Burger King. As long as Trump's president, can't have it your way anymore. And I salute that because it's draining the economy. It drains it. It puts it's so much stress, and on a stressful stress economy as it is. It was doing well before vid. Well, now that we're in this, I'm going to play a few minutes of, because I got something I want to show you about Biden. And some of you may not want to stay here because some of these pictures can be offensive. I'm going to show in a few minutes. And not that you have seen everything I'm going to show you. I'm pretty sure you've run across these videos, these pictures and memes and stuff. But I want to point something out one time only. But first we'll start with just a few minutes of Joe Biden losing his cool. Because everybody says, oh, he was so Mr. Cool, so much cooler than Trump. But it's all a joke. It's a joke. I don't think the American public's fallen for it. I think they've gotten used to Donald Trump, and they remember the economy before COVID. And I'm shaking my leg. That's why I'm shaking. I'm stopping. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Running for President of the United States, look me over. If you like what you see, help out. If not, vote for the other person.
I just spoke at Dartmouth on health care at the medical school, or not. I guess I wasn't actually on the campus, but the people from the medical school were at
That was weird.
I want to be clear. I'm not going nuts. I'm not sure whether it was a medical school or where the hell I spoke, but it was on the campus.
I want to thank Rich Fitzgerald, the county executive, Allegheny County executive, for being here. And I propose, and I'm going to digress slightly. We're in a situation.
Did I already play this?
The president asked me to head up a cancer moonshot.
President Biden, just to be...
I already played it. That's good. We don't need this. All right, this is Jim Carey acting very bizarre, having a Trump meltdown on TikTok, I believe. This is Jim Carey and others. This is just funny.
I first heard that war.
These people take no responsibilities. And I'm not saying it's just all Democrats, even though they're showing them all here. But I want to see videos of Republicans doing this. Are there any of those? I'd like to see Republican freakouts. Maybe we'll look those up. Let's give it a fair shot tonight.
And was dropping out of the election.
Nope, I don't play fair. Sorry, Democrats. You don't play fair. I don't either.
I bought a one-way ticket to Europe. And I told
Psych.
my mom I wasn't going to come home. The coronavirus canceled that. So my only hope left was Bernie. And now I have to vote for Biden.
Wow. What do you say,
All I can
right?
say is you're going to be okay, all right? You're going to survive. You know, this is what happens, though, when you get a participation trophy growing up for everything you do and you don't know how to lose.
That's right.
That's what happens. So in a sense...
I didn't even think of that. I know we've talked about it, but that's true. This is what happens when you don't understand losing. It's what my nephew went through. Whoa, that is so bizarre. What is going on? What I have a light that lights up the wall behind the computer. It's a cool, aesthetic looking thing. I didn't have it on. And it just turned on and it's doing something I've never seen it that I didn't think could do. It was flashing crazily. I hope it can be seen in that reflecting of the alien, which will be moved tomorrow, by the way. Yeah, I was going to do it today, and then I forgot. I'm going to turn it off. Actually, I'm going to leave it where it is because it stopped. It was flashing like bing, 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 changing colors. And it can do that, but I've never seen it go that fast. It was going, and usually it can just go bing, 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 bing. But it was going, that was a trip. I'm telling you, the fly in the coffee, that's bizarre. Like, why do I have flies? I guess if I go outside, I let them in. I don't have any trash ever left around anywhere. And the paper crunching up in my ear. I'm losing it. I'm losing it.
But at the same time, you're acting really dumb, okay? You are going to be okay, all right? You're going to be okay. Welcome to another episode of Zeducation. Today's episode is more of a public service announcement. While the coronavirus, while the pandemic continues to roll on and we try to get a grasp of it and ease the lockdown and stop the quarantine, this quarantine, this lockdown, it's having an impact on people, a very, very heavy mental impact. And it is exacerbating another illness that many people...
Here's Jim Carey. I'm just going here. He's just talking about how people are losing their minds staying at home.
The other day on Twitter.
Obamagate. It's been going on for a long time. It's been going on from before I even got elected. And it's a disgrace that it happened. And if you look at what's gone on, and if you look at now all of this information that's being released, and from what it should never be allowed to happen in our country. And you'll be seeing that in the coming weeks. But I'm not to do so. Yeah, John, please. You know what the crime is. The crime is very obvious to everybody. All you have to do is read the newspapers, except yours.
Sad, really. Yeah, sad. I mean, like I said, he used to be funny. I don't know what happened to him, but his whole existence now revolves around hate. It's very, very, very sad. And as I said, this trickles down. It trickles down into people who listen to these Hollywood stars.
All right. So now it's that time for you to get your questions. And if you want to ask anything, this is a one-time thing. I'm never doing it again. So if you have a question for me or for Zich, go ahead and ask it now. Because this is it. This is the time. This is it. Anything you want. As long as it's nothing disgusting. But, I mean, I'll give you as much information as I can. Ufology. Long Island Bigfoot. I know, it wasn't... I saw Jim Carey and I was like, it's not that bad. It wasn't hysterical, but it wasn't the worst thing I've seen Jim Carey do. Yeah, but he has turned into a jerk. He has found his Zen calling, Jim Carey. You know, we are what? He says we're just all meta material? No. All right, let's see if I can do this for this segment only. Yeah, Carey used to be funny, like really funny, and I keep wishing he would be. You know, he's talented. How long in the media venue, Rich? I don't understand that question. I don't understand the question. Oh, this is weird. It's not popping up. Oh, it's 20-second delay. That's right. Yeah, his girlfriend died and he got bitter. Mo Betta Butter Dispenser. Remember that? If anybody can tell me where that is from without cheating, all you have to do is type it in and you'll find it on Google. Anyway. It's from In Living Color. Was the movie Tremors inspired by the Mongolian death worm? From, is that from Dune? Well, some of these questions, I mean, I'm talking personal questions. I'm not talking about, well, I guess you could ask me anything. That is funny. I like your style there, but I have no idea. I'll just be honest with you. Yeah, I mean, you could ask me anything. I wasn't specific. You're right. Hey, Rich, glad to be here, brother. Hey, John Vautour, all the way from New Brunswick, Canada. Sweet. Yeah, thank you very much for coming to hang out for a few minutes. Thank you. DJ, public speaking. I don't understand. I know what that means, but are you going to be doing any outside work? Yes, Starseed. It should be happening. The outside work, well, I haven't gotten any. There is a case I could go on, but I don't know yet. But I haven't had any cases officially from the third phase team yet for Arizona. But I will be doing outside stuff, going up to people probably this weekend, this Saturday, walking up to people and asking them if they saw a sighting. Hopefully there will be one in the next 2 days. The only time I can go out and start talking to people about UFOs is if there's something happening. So maybe I could talk about, if there's nothing happening and I want to go outside, I could talk politics with them about, do you know Marco Rubio is trying to get, UFOs? Did you know that? No, I didn't. But we want to get their reaction and commentary when they're looking at a video of a UFO that just happened. Let's see. Outside work. Zilch. Oh, this is for Zich. Why am I being affected affected? Why am I being affected by praying mantises? This comes from Lori Oliphant. Now, I channel Zich because he's not here. He's at his home. So he will channel me. Hold on. Okay, here it comes. Okay. Good, you too. The praying mantises, they work closely together with the Greys, as far as what we call them. That's not what they're really called, but we call them the Greys. And they come in after an abduction, and believe it or not, they do like a second opinion type of thing. So they get it from two different species. It's almost like you're teaching them human anatomy at the same time they're modifying our DNA, according to Zich, right? Zich. Yes. Okay, thank you. Next question. Fire Marshal Bill? That was classic, Carey. Why did Trump invoke red flag law and forego due process? And why did he retroactively ban bump stocks against constitutional law? He was forced into that. You know that. He had to make them happy. Remember at the time he was trying to play presidential Trump. Come on. That's a good question, Great Plains Drifter. Next, let's see. I've been trying to thank you. Well, I'm going. While I tell these, the messages keep going. Mario Heat asks, yeah, if you can type your questions in all caps from now on. Thank you. Rich, what's one thing you believe you can improve when it comes to how you approach ufology? Now, do you mean UFO hunting or ufology? I'm going to go with the question and take it for what it is. What's one thing you believe I can improve on when it comes to how I approach ufology? Well, I can improve on how I react, not to be so dismissive. But I think I've achieved that so far. I think you guys have seen that happen pretty much overnight this year. I have really I'm almost to the 180, but I'm not a believer in the psychic stuff still. But I think I need to listen more. But I don't think I need to. So when people talk and I listen to them, believe me, I listen with full intent. I'm in it. And if something doesn't sound right, what can I do? Man, the only thing I think that I can do to improve upon myself is to just remember that people are people. They're not out there. Not everybody is out there to make a buck, and not everybody is out there to hoax. I mean, people that are giving me and Third Phase and 1028 Production sightings and Dr. J and everybody else, these are real people. They're not trying to get money or anything. So we got to remember that, and that's what I'm trying to do. I am also trying to be a little nicer all around. That's the only way I could answer. I don't know. Because you're asking about me. What's one thing you believe you can improve when it comes to how you approach ufology? And that's what I think. Good question from Mario Heat. Let me see. Benny Barbarino asked, do you think that UFOs may exist but not aliens? Yes, I've thought of that a lot. There's only two answers. And this comes from Vinny Barbarino, 29. Two answers, I think. Okay? UFOs exist because of aliens. UFOs exist because it's our technology and we just don't want to tell everybody about it. Those are the only two. It's either theirs or ours. There is no in between. UFOs exist. There may be no aliens, but then you have to think this way, Vinny Barbarino 29, my good friend. What about all the people with the abductions? Betty and Barney Hill. Come on, man. That story right there, right? That wouldn't go down in history. In my 180 years as a ufologist, I haven't seen a better story other than Travis Walton. So then you have to ask, well, if there's alien abductions, there's UFOs, it all comes together. There is a third answer. There is a third answer. I just realized it's alien technology, but we get to use it. That's the other answer. No, that's the same thing as yes and no aliens. Now, scratch that. All right. Good one, Vinny Bob. All right. Starseed says, not a question, but an exclamation point comment. The ships sometimes are the alien live beings. That is a cool answer. Yeah, that's a cool comment. No shit. I kind of believe that sometimes, man. I've seen the weirdest stuff. I saw, and I showed you guys on video, the morphing hand. It's a hand. It looks like it's doing sign language. And then it came up. It did the thing. You saw it. It looked like it was doing sign language. I call it the Jelly Man. And then it moved away. It stopped doing all the jibby jabby stuff, and then it went back into a ball and went back from where it came. All on video. So yeah, I believe that there's living beings up in atmospheres, not just us, maybe Venus as well, as we just learned recently. What are those phosphenes? Okay, next question. This comes from Adam Latinen. Has the moon been orange for anyone else in the last few days? Can I say something? Because I know that wasn't directed just for me, it was for everybody, but I'll answer it. Yes. Even before the fires, the moon has been orange for about a year. I don't know. I can't remember the last time I saw a white moon. I've been taking pictures of it. I posted. Everybody's seen it. But the last couple of months there was fires, so that kind of skewed everything. But before the fires and the last several months, yeah, an orange moon. No fires in the vicinity. I'm telling you, there's something going on. They're not telling us. They may be spraying that C-19 in the sky. Maybe that's what it is. Can you imagine? You know, since the shutdown, there hasn't been any chemis anywhere. Very little. They're starting to come back because of more activity, more places reopening and whatnot. But there were nothing, and the moon was still orange. That may mean that way up in the atmosphere, we fucked it up. We could have damaged it. Something could be toxic. It could be some sort of freaking gel. I don't know, man. That's a great question because it's true for me. Hold on, let me remove this now. I made the pin a real long question or a comment that I left stuck at the top here. Let me remove this. Unpin. All right. So, next question. Let's keep going. Has the moon been... Oh, you already did that one. That was a good question, man. Great answers, by the way, from both of us here, Zich and Rich. Don't forget, Zich can speak for another 30 minutes or so. We have a connection. All right, let's see. The best Fire Marshal Bill impression. Thank you very much. All right, let's see. Have you ever, this comes from, let me read this first. Have you ever checked out the things on the moon, like building cities? Yeah. As a matter of fact, I was going to do that tonight. I saw a video that I wanted to play. Yeah, as a matter of fact, in a few minutes, I'm going to play a video of some structures. I think it's on Mars. I've never seen this video, so I want to look at it before we get out of here. Have you ever checked out... Okay, thank you from Comey Harley Space D. Thank you for coming into the show. I don't think we've ever met, so nice to meet you. Welcome to GUFON. All right, let's see. Starseed Thumbsucker. Great name. I believe most planets have sentient life. Just saying. Sentient life. Sentient. Idiot I am. You think so? Most planets. Wow. Just because we have air, water, and the things that you need for intelligent life doesn't mean there isn't intelligent life inside of Jupiter or in Jupiter's atmosphere. Same with Venus, same in Mars. They could be underground for all we know. It doesn't mean you have to live above ground on a planet. You know? I love this. I love this stuff. Okay, this is for Zich from Long Island Bigfoot. Do you know if the reptilian walk amongst us virtually unnoticed? Hold on. Fuck you. No. The reptilians don't walk on Earth. They can't. And that's all he's saying about that, he said. We were arguing. I'm like, why can't you say? He's like, you don't want to know. I'm like, that's what the question's for. It says, you want to know if they were walking amongst them virtually unnoticed. And the answer is no. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So that's it. Good question. Great answer. Vinny. Nope. Thank you Long Island Bigfoot. Thank you for that. Obama and his wife, Big Mike. Yeah. What, Barry and Mike? Barry and Mike. They were presidents' wives. Oh, Barry and Mike. Oh, yeah, they were presidents' wives tonight. Hey, hey, hey. Gustav Van Vuren asked, Hey, Rich, what are your thoughts on the universal ether field theory and how it ties in with UFO tech, like what Bob described about how the propulsion works? Yes. The ether field theory, that is where there is a field generated around the UFO, encapsulates it, but opens up a field of that you could go forward, reverse, any direction you want to go. It'll open up like a portal, like time and space doesn't exist. That's why they move, boom, boom. Because they're manipulating time and space inside the bubble. The bubble protects them from all the, what do they call that? Motion and motion can't create unmotion. What is that? Good question. My thoughts on that, I've known that for a long time. I've heard that theory. You want to know what I think about it? I think it's bullshit. I do. I may be wrong, but let me tell you why this theory came about. You want to know a little history? You want to know a little history? You want to know how this all started with the stupid field around the UFO? You really want to know where it all started? Now, let me tell you, there was a guy, well, there is, and his name is Jaime Maussan. One day, Jaime Maussan got a clip from an air show down in Mexico. Oh, geez, I think the year was 1990, 1991 or 2, somewhere in there. And there it is. A UFO spinning as it drifts through the blades of Chinook helicopters, Nighthawks, and every type of blade you could imagine. And this UFO just drifted and was played on the news in Mexico. Then, one day, on a TV show, I don't remember the name, it may have been Unsolved Mysteries. They said, as a matter of fact, it was Unsolved Mysteries with Robert Stack. Now, there's a theory going on these UFOs going over Mexico. There is said to be a field that generates itself, and if you can look at this video, you can see what looks like a field around the UFO. Now, that's where the rumors started, because that is an artifact of high 8 film or 35 millimeter. Anytime you have an object and you're going to get that graininess you get, not digital, you still get it on digital. Yeah, that's why things can be manipulated on digital. But with the high 8, even the shit I shot, it looks like every object, I don't care if it's a cat, a mouse, a balloon, a bug, they all have the field. It's just a distortion. It's the way the film works. It's the way the camera's eye is taking in the information. Every object has a field. It's just an anomaly. So people use this anomaly when they say they're seeing a UFO dart in front of them or floating above the sky. Oh my God, look at the field around it. No, it's not a field. It is nothing but a camera artifact. That's all it is. Get over it. Tired of talking about these fields around the UFOs when nobody knows if it's true. Now, could it be? Is it possible? Well, Bob Lazar said it is. Oh, well, then there you have it. It had a 1 chromosome, and it put down the electricity, Richard. You don't know what you're talking about. Bob, calm down. Holy shit. I got to sit here and listen to this bullshit. You don't know physics. You don't know astrophysics. You don't know anything. At least I didn't lie. What was that? I didn't quite hear you, Richard. Nothing. Nothing, Mr. Lazar. That's what I thought. Anyway, hopefully that'll answer your question. Next, I will take one final question. This has been a lot of fun. I got to tell you, maybe I'll take 2. I'll take the next 2 that are in line. And by the way, that question was from Gustav Van Vuren. Van Halen, Viren. All right. Dun, 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 dun. John is asking, do you think it is us from the future? No, absolutely not. I don't believe in time travel. I just don't believe it. Now, and I know you're new. Maybe you haven't heard me say it, but I'll give you why, the answer why I don't think time travel is possible. First of all, it can happen. All right? I'll tell you why. You think you're just going to type in 1885 and go back, 140 years, whatever it is? It's not how it works. Matter of fact, I don't know how it works. How do you know how to pick a point in time, energize a machine, give it a force field so you don't die, and calculate where the Earth is going to be exactly 150 years in the past? Let's forget that. You want to use that time machine? Supposedly, you can't go back any further than the day the machine was created. The day the machine was turned on, you can't go back. So let's say 5 minutes from now, I turn on the machine. Right? I got to wait 5 minutes before I can go back that 5 minutes. 2020, October 1st, 8:46 p.m. Pacific time. I go ahead 1 year from now. Well, let's say it's a year from now, exactly. I could only go back a year from the day I turned it on. So if that theory holds true, time travel isn't possible. But that's silly, isn't it? Don't you think it's silly? How can you still go back to when it was created? How do you know? You just type it in? Let's say you want to go back 1 million years. You have to land on the spot you want to land on, but you have to damn well make sure you're on the ground when you land. How do you know the ground wasn't underwater? Got to make sure it wasn't underwater 1 million years ago, because I know Arizona was. Can't do it here. You see all the problems I'm creating? How do you know where the world is going to wind up? What do you think? It's perpetual motion? You think that's how it works? Well, how do you know there's not a storm that came in the way? Maybe some sort of a celestial storm. Something passed by the Milky Way, slowed us down 1 mile an hour. Instead of going 60,000 miles an hour through space, we're going 59,999 miles an hour. That 1 mile per hour will ruin every chance you have of landing on the Earth 1 million years in the past. You better land on the Alps and have a mask, because it's going to be one hell of a breathing experience. I'm telling you, man. Gonna have to bring a tank. You're gonna have to do Star Trek shit. Bring out that encoder thing they got, right? We've got a perfect atmosphere. Masks off, everybody. I'm telling you, it's hard. No, that's the answer to why we can't time travel. One more question. At least you see where I stand. Thank you. That's all this is. If there's no aliens who built the things that have been flying around in the sky for the last several centuries, I need the rest of that question. How do you specifically know where to find craft when UFO hunting? Space Cadet, that is a fantastic question. The answer's simple. You don't. Fortunately, I live in Arizona, one of the hot spots across this beautiful globe flat Earth. Luckily, I live in a place where there might be a lot of military traffic. We've got Luke Air Force Base 60 miles to the west. We've got Area 51 just 500 miles north. We've got Tucson to the south. We've got Mothman Air Force Base to the east. We've got all this shit all around me. I even got NORAD right up the street in Colorado. So there's a lot of activity. The only thing I can suggest, no matter where you live, is to be patient and be diligent. Because if you're only going out an hour a night, forget it. Don't even bother. It's all night. It's every night. It's all day. It's every day. It's different times a day. It's during the storms. It's after the storms. It's all day. Even when I was sick, I went outside with 102 fever in February. 31 degrees outside. I was dedicated. All right, one more question. There's a lot of stuff here. Look, a lot of people left. You know, I'm surprised. You're getting a lot of good information. Oh, the orbs. Oh, yeah, that's right. Let's do... All right, that was good. That was fun. Zich was glad he didn't have to talk too much. I'm surprised nobody wanted to ask Zich about the universe. It's just amazing what he knows. I'm trying to give you guys a little secret into the life. It's all right. You don't have to stay. I don't want to know anything about this character. You know, I'm finding this very interesting. Since I'm not even going to say it. Not even going to say it. Not even going to say it. All right, let's do this. So John, RicanHavic, is still investigating his orbs and everything. Hold on, John. I can't pull that up. Yep, here we go. And for those of you who don't know, John literally, he's having, I almost forgot to play this. He is having some things happening, weird stuff. You know, possible visitations, not sure, but we're trying to figure it out. Could be spiritual. He's had a lot of spirit orbs, things that just don't really follow the normal spirit orb type of, in a way yes, in a way no. But what he did, he controlled as best as he could that room. And he's allergic to dust, so if there's any dust in the house, a lot of people like to think, even myself, that every time there's dust and orbs, these cameras, you know, people think that they're having aliens or spiritual activity. Well, he dusted this shit down. You can't get it all. But the interesting thing was, he took all the furniture out except for this little place where he could have the camera sit, and he's documenting all sorts of interesting stuff. Now, his bedroom, he doesn't even sleep in anymore. So he doesn't dust it all the time. As a matter of fact, he showed us the video playing in that room, and it's got a lot of stuff in it. So it's kind of like a closet right now, and it's dusty. But there was no orbs showing on camera. And it may be possible, because it's not exactly I'm not even saying it should be exactly, but you'd think you would see an orb here or there. We didn't see anything in the dusty room. With the fan on. Maybe the fan was pushing it too fast. I don't know. Anyway, so I was talking last week or two that I took a picture in my backyard. A lady had 2 dogs that died who used to live there. And I took a picture with the digital camera. It was a Vivitar. That's how old it was, 2004. And I got a picture of these 2 orbs. And when you blow it up, it's dog faces. You could see the frickin' dogs. They're Shih Tzus. Looks just like them. I still have the picture. It's on the camera. Still. I should put it up. It's actually wild. And I also have another picture I took that night. And everybody thinks I was blowing cigar smoke. But it is the picture of a crow. You got to see it. Anyway, so John has a video that shows a face in the orb. I thought it would be cool to take a look at it. All right. So, oh, wow. Skype changed. All right. They updated Skype. That's what I was waiting for. Let me make sure I'm... Okay. Okay. Here it is from today. Huh. Let me just make sure. Yep, having that problem. I have to download it. That's right. Hold on, guys. I can't see the screen, so I got to do this. That's so weird. Why can't I... All right. I got to download it. Save to downloads. There we go. Downloading. I forgot about that. All right. Still downloading. Done. All right. So let me unload it. Downloads. There it is. And here it comes. It should be over here, I think, somewhere. Still weird activity. Hold on a second. I want to see where it's at. He probably wrote it, typed it somewhere. Hold on. The most activity of any video, it's 12 minutes long, and while there's sometimes 10 or more time knows before it's He showed me a picture of it, and I thought I would have it. I don't know why I don't. It should be right here. Oh, orb appears at 7:27 from table on the left side of the couch. Okay, cool. I'll go to 7:20. Here we go. So it's going to be over here somewhere. We'll find it. Whoa. Is that it? I don't know. Hold on. Well, here we are, 7:27. So let's go see if we see it. Right here. This it? Right here? Yeah, that's it. Okay. It does look like a face. Totally. When it's back here, you could see it looks like a face. Right there. Damn it, it wouldn't stop. But yeah, I saw that when he showed it to me, you can see the eye. He gave me a still, and there, you can see two eyes right there. There's one eye, there's the other, the nose and the mouth. Eye, nose, smile. It's pretty cool. 7:27. Let's take a look and see what the rest. Some weird stuff, man. I know a lot of people are dismissing all of this as dust. And it might be. But why is some dust like that? Like, I don't get it. I've seen people shake pillows, right, that are dusty, and this happens. But there's nothing going on. There's no air conditioning on, no fan blowing. Although back here, I don't know what this is, but it looks like there's something going on, like maybe there is a wind. See that? Or is it just the orbs disturbing it? See how weird it looks over here? I know it's distorted. You could say the same thing over here. And over here, it just looked like a big person just stood up. You can go crazy. Look, I just saw a face. Why not? If the guy's house is haunted and there's spirits are energy. That's the problem with spirit orbs. They look just like dust. Well, I don't know, man. I know, see these zipping? Not all of them look like faces. Oh, that one does. 2 eyes. How you doing? Yeah. Pretty wild, John. Thanks for sharing. Seriously. It's wild. It's wild stuff. It is. I don't know what it is, but at least he's trying to figure it out. I appreciate that. It's awfully nice that he's trying. You never know. He's doing something nobody else has. And that's it for tonight. Thank you very much for hanging out. I can't believe I'm here for 2. I can't believe I even did this. I don't know how I did it. But thank you, super chatters and moderators and newcomers and veterans. Thank you all. Appreciate you coming to hang out for a little while. It was a good question. Ask Rich and Zich, the one and only time you'd ever have a chance to ask him anything else you wanted. That's it. It's over. We'll be back tomorrow night, 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific. Don't forget, if you want to support GUFON, you can do that by going to the links in the descriptions or right here in the channel. You can see on the home page all the links to everything that is GUFON. So I want to say thank you for that as well. Have a good night. We'll be back tomorrow. And I believe Third Phase did their thing, so I'm going to go check. Well, I don't think I need to. I already checked it out. The live call-in show they had. Anyway, we'll be back tomorrow. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. I don't have a goodbye. I don't have anything to say. There's no goodbye. What? If you ain't looking up, you ain't looking out? I don't like it. There was something else I said, and I can't remember what it is. We'll think of some. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great night, everybody.